Right. With that, we're hopping right into our last session of the event, our last session of the year. That's kind of sad, but I hate to see it end, but it must. I'm really excited to have Thomas here from Openu. We were talking earlier
Hello.
about, good to have you here. We were talking earlier about incorporating reviews and other components of social proof onto a website. One of the places this often gets neglected are those cross-channel reviews. And so I figure you might know something about how to bring those reviews into one centralized place.
Well,
And
we'll talk about it at the end a little
all
bit.
right. All right. Well, with that said, I'll add your screen here and I'll let you take it away.
Awesome. So, Derek, first of all, thanks very much for inviting me over and for the introduction. You and the team, you've organized a great event, and I am really honored to be presenting alongside all the other amazing guests that you've invited. So, look, Black Friday is coming, and I wanted to focus my presentation on really only the most important things that I think can be useful to shops that are preparing for the high season. And look, that's simply because there is, even though we've got a month or two, there is no time to prepare any long-term complicated strategies. So we'll focus on the simple stuff that you can do to improve your reviews and review strategy in your store. So let's get right to it. First of all, I wanted to talk about what type of reviews and where and why you should place certain type of reviews on different pages in your store to increase conversions. After all, we know reviews are responsible for about 30% increase of conversions and 30% and 20% decrease in returns because people are better informed. So optimizing the way you display them for your customers is very important. And most of the people, they do it okay, but they could be doing better. So all you have to think about, when people are pouring through your store during the Black Friday event, is how they are thinking. And this is important because they are expecting to see different reviews or different type of social proof on different pages of your store. So let's jump into our demo store. I'll explain you a little bit more when we're there. So if somebody's landing on your homepage, you should not show them reviews about particular products, because what is relevant to them on there, they want to get a general idea of what is the social proof, what people are generally thinking about your store. So things like customer service, or how well you communicated, or whether people like the store overall, whether they like the experience. And one way of showing this with review displays or widgets is through a review carousel. So and by the way, this is not applying only to our own product, to Openu. This will apply to any review app. So if you're using something else and they have those widgets, you should just make sure that you're using them. So on the homepage, it's good to place a review carousel with those type of reviews that are general. So for example, here, a customer talks about the communication with the company, how smooth it was. Then we have something about the delivery, and somebody's impressed about the level of service that they got from the company. So this is a good way to kind of show the general outlook of your store. There are two more ways that you can do it to show it to your customers. So let's scroll all the way down to the bottom, where people are going to be looking for information about delivery times or returns. And this is a very good place to put a review badge in here. This is what we call the footer badge. It shows a general rating of your entire store. And why it's good to show the rating in there, it's because when people are thinking about deliveries, delivery times and returns, this will nudge them slightly in the correct direction of thinking, okay, this is a safe store. It's good to buy from them because thousands of other people trusted them, so I should be fine. And for Black Friday, that's in general, it's super important to show the general outlook of your store, not only for products. because you're going to have lots of people that are your first time visitors. So all of those first time visitors, you need to convince them that this is a safe place to buy from. So first of all, carousel, then the footer badge, and at the end, and this is actually the most important out of all of them, if you have space on your nav bar, people, first time buyers are definitely going to check out your nav bar. They will be browsing your store. So it's good if they stumble upon an all reviews link. And if they click on that, they should be taken to a all reviews page where they can kind of see reviews from all of the products or your shop reviews to judge if if this is a good store, if it is well rated, and if there are lots of reviews, if it's popular as well. So this is regarding the general outlook. Now let's drill a bit deeper and let's get into reviews about products. So the first time where you mention where you should use the reviews that are more directed towards your products is your collection pages. So here, one of the mistakes that I've seen shops make time and time again, and we've worked with thousands of shops, we've worked with agencies, and those teams, they have so much stuff to do. Sometimes they just don't have enough time to think about reviews, and they think too much about the design, and they would sometimes not put those stars just because it looks cleaner. But if you don't do that, if you don't put stars in collections, that means that you're going to get lower click-through ratios. People, when they look at those products, they are going to think, okay, nobody reviewed them, they're not popular, I don't know anything about them, they might browse somewhere else. But imagine if they didn't have reviews, and then you somehow manage to click on the product, and you surprise them with a bunch of reviews in here. Which is not too good, because you're using all the click-through ratios in there. So now that we are on the product page, one of the common mistakes is that people, and the same exact reason, they don't put the stars here because it looks cleaner. And if you don't put them here, so let's say we're looking at this particular page, if we didn't have those stars here, it looks like there are no reviews at all. Whereas if you scroll down, there's actually a whole review widget in here. So if you don't have those reviews, people are just confused. They think that product doesn't have reviews, and you're instantly having those sales 30-40% lower. Now, some of the mistakes that people make with the widget is, and that's just because of the themes. Themes are built in a certain way that they put review widgets under a tab. But if you look at the e-commerce giants like Amazon or eBay, they never hide them. They make it so that if you click on those stars, you get instantly scrolled to the review widget. And even if you were just scrolling without clicking on the stars, you will reach them. They're not under the tab. And that's because reviews are second or third most looked for item on your product page. So people would normally look at the images and product description, then they would look at the price, and then they want to see the social proof, what other people are thinking about your products. There's actually one more thing that I didn't mention before, and that's about stars. And the problem is most prominent in the collection stars. So what people tend to do, lots of review apps, they have, and including ours as well, we have our stars aligned to the left by default. And that means that if, for example, here, if you had, when you have the center alignment, the stars would be shifted to the left, and it just doesn't look clean, So don't give people impression that your store is messy, because they might extrapolate that to your entire business, your entire operation. So keep the stars aligned here as well as on the product page. So those are my basic. This is my basic advice for fixing your review displays and widgets. The second, in the second part, I wanted to talk about what happens afterwards. So you had all of those people buying from you during Black Friday. You got all of the tons of orders, thousands, tens of thousands of orders during Black Friday, made lots of money. and you capitalize in terms of cash, but you want to capitalize in terms of reviews because they will work for you long term. So you want to collect as many reviews from those people as possible. You need to use all that traffic that you got throughout Black Friday. So I will now show you how to optimize your review requesting flow to get the best success with collecting them. So the baseline that you will be facing if you collect reviews with the most basic email flow is going to be about 4%. So out of 100 people, about 4 of them will leave a review. And that's simply because that's how human psychology works. People just don't want to leave reviews. First thing that you want to look at when configuring the flow is don't even touch emails. Don't touch any timing. You need to make sure that your DNS records are in place. And this is important because, just to give you some background, DNS records are used by companies like ours or anyone that really sends emails on your behalf to mark the emails by your domain. If you don't have them set up, then the emails are going to be coming via Opinu, via other app, via Klaviyo. And that will make them end up in promotions and in spam folders. So instantly you're shooting yourself in the foot and you're getting less of those emails delivered. So DNS records first. Then once you have that set up, you can actually go and start organizing your review flow. And this is, again, I'm using Opinu as an example, but you do it for whatever app that you're using. Setting up the timing. Timing is important. So timing when the review request message will be delivered. Let's have a look at this here. You should be able to set up when the review request gets sent out with regards to when it gets delivered, your product gets delivered. If you don't have an integration with any of the delivery apps, you should probably just estimate that your products are delivered X days after they get dispatched for domestic or international deliveries. But if you have, for example, Opinu, we have integration with Aftership, so you can actually send them after they get delivered. But never mind. Second most important thing is the time of the day that you send. Don't send them during the lunchtime. There are lots of email strategies where you will send email marketing campaigns during lunchtime, but you're actually trying to get people invested to spend some time and write you a review. These days, in most of the Western world, COVID pandemic is slightly wearing off, so people are returning to offices, people are going for lunch to restaurants, so you don't want to send them that review request email while they are having their a plate of bolognese. They will not have the product on them. They will not have the product in their office. They will have it at home. So send it in the evening. That's my advice. Send it in the evening or afternoon. Once you have the timing set up, you want to set up your review request template. So let's have a look at that. A few important things, starting from the subject. You ensured that your email is well timed, that it doesn't end up in the spam folder. Now you need to get it opened. So work on your subject. It needs to be relevant to the customer. So you want it to be short but to the point. So for example, here we're asking, hey, and we're personalizing with the name of the customer. So, hey, Derek, hey, Tomasz, how did you like the product? So, I bought this product from this shop. Yeah, I ordered from there. And second thing that the customer will see is the preview text. I'll come back to that in just a second. So looking at the email body itself, two things you need to keep in mind. Keep it short and make sure that your call to action in the email, so the button that will take your customer to leave a review, to the form that will allow them to leave a review, is as high in the message as possible. So of course, customize the email with your branding and make this part of the message super short so they can just, get on with it, get it done. Leave your review. And like I said, if you have this done, if you have your email taken care of, the subject is taken care of, the rate will be at around 4 and 5% of people. But you can increase it twofold to about 8% if you give your customers a low bribe. So they are not really incentivized. They have your product, but why should they leave you a review? Well, they can leave you a review if you offer them a coupon. So in according to our data, anything between 5 and 15% works quite well. So offering that coupon in the preview text is a very good idea, because they will see that they will be rewarded even before they open the email. So this is what we've done here. Get your coupon for writing your review. Yeah. So you really want to do that, and don't be afraid that people are suddenly going to start to redeem those coupons, because very few of them will, but they will work great to convince them to actually write the review. And backtracking a little bit about the percentages of the coupon, so 5-15%. If you offer more, it doesn't really make that much of a difference anymore. So you can keep it within 5 and 15. So we're at about 7-8% with the coupon. Another two things that you can do to bring it closer to 10 or even above 10% is if you send out an SMS. So these days, we're getting lots of emails, but SMS is still a very underutilized channel. So people always have their phone in their pockets. They will check their text messages. So you can send, if you can with your review app, you should be able to send a text. In Opinion, that's integrated, but lots of apps do integrations with other apps, text-based apps. So you should be able to do it. And the second thing is the review reminder. So basically sending the same message again. And that's because lots of people, they might have seen your email, but they're like, oh, okay, I don't have time for this right now. And then they forget. So sending it a few days later, let's say 3 or 5 days after the initial one, if they didn't leave a review, is a good idea, to just nudge them slightly, saying, hey, we're still here. Do you want your coupon? Just leave a review. So all that combination should bring it to about 10% if you do everything right. Now, if you're selling products that are very visual, so let's say you're selling dresses, selling shoes, and you think that you will benefit from having reviews with photos presented to your customers, you should definitely send an extra email reminder after, they have written the review, to remind. And in that reminder, you specifically say, we will give you an extra coupon, something even better, if you just add photos or videos to your a review. That's a great way of incentivizing and getting more of those photo or video reviews that are actually quite a bit better in converting your website traffic than just the text-based. And to finish everything up, a good review app should allow you to add a thank you page, and that can be something customized to your particular case. You should, just say a nice thank you, because they invest their time into giving you feedback. You benefited quite a lot from this, so a nice touch, to show you how grateful you are. So we, for example, put a photo of our team in our showcase store, and something short and snappy. Thanks very much for taking the time.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to make sure we've got the link here to plug you. Sharing it with everyone in chat now.
Sure.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I think timing on these emails is absolutely something that was worth walking through and making sure that everybody is getting as many reviews as possible.
Yeah.
If we're increasing the number of orders, if we can increase that review frequency, you said 4 and 100, right?
Yes, that's the general ratio.
Man, if we could
Yeah,
get that to 5 or even 10, like, it
yeah.
changes so many different things in the business. But, I agree that, like, you can't expect
It's
everybody to
hard.
review.
It's hard, man. Collecting reviews is hard. It's very tedious to convince people to leave a review. I mean, think about yourself. How often do you leave reviews?
Yeah, almost
Yeah.
never.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. So that's why review apps. We've come up with all sorts of strategies. Trying to push it as much as possible to optimize the whole process. So
yeah,
yeah,
I
but
love it, and Paul
it's not
makes a
easy.
good note here. He says, "Make sure your DNS records are set up." I actually had this
Yeah.
problem with my own Gmail and G Suite. There was some
Oh
issue
yeah,
with DNS records. You've got to do that for any place you're sending emails. You need to verify that
yeah,
you are an authenticated sender. Otherwise, it will look like a spoof email. You'll end up in the spam folder, and of
yeah,
course, you don't have a
yeah.
good
Just
review rate.
yeah, an example. We've dealt with lawyers here in Glasgow in Scotland, and they just changed their email system, and suddenly, they're actually calling me. It's like, hey, why didn't you read my email? It's never arrived. Then you check your spam folder, and that's because of the DNS records. So
Yeah, I think
it's
it happens to small businesses across the board. People just
yeah.
forget, but it sounds scary, but it's just like a 10-step process or less that you
Yeah.
use with your email, a mix between whoever's sending the email and your domain provider, GoDaddy, name.com, whatever it
Yeah.
is, right?
Look, if you don't have the resources, if you're a smaller, if you just don't have the IT person in your company, you should. It's totally worth it to hire somebody, either agency or somebody of Fiverr or People Per Hour, or going with there are a shop of agencies like Carson who take care
Yeah.
of those small time tasks. They will do it for you.
Yeah,
It's
Carson or
definitely worth it.
Shopping Gives very similar, the
Yeah.
two of them. Well, thanks so much for joining us here today. We're gonna end. I guess this is the
I
end.
have one more part.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's three parts. So there's one that is a bonus round, let's say,
Yeah.
and
Cool.
that's actually the part that I said, about importing those reviews.
Oh yeah. Oh, did I came on too soon. All right, let's go
Yeah, a
then.
little bit too soon. I
Okay.
appreciate the chat though.
All right. All right. I'm
Yeah.
I'm I'm backing away.
All right. So we got about 5-6 minutes left in here. And so the last topic that I wanted to mention is about importing reviews into your store. But before I get into that, let's to make it more relevant to actually everybody, not only to those who have the opportunity to get those reviews in. It's uh, let me show you a page with just a few reviews and how it looks like. So I'll talk a bit about what the benefit, the level of benefit that you're getting from the amount of reviews that you have on your store. So if you have no reviews at all, that's not really good. That's the worst situation. People can only judge you based on the product description. The only social proof you're giving them in that case is the overall store score, if you're using an app at all. So the footer badge, all reviews page, but that doesn't give them the confidence about the product specifically. If you have less than 5 reviews, or around 5, 6, 7, that's not enough, because customers doubt that this is enough for them. This score, the 6 or 7 reviews is enough for them to trust the whole score. It's just not enough reviews. So 20, 30 is more or less when you're starting to get the good benefits of reviews. You're going in the right direction. But above 30, that's where you want to be. That's where you're starting to get proper benefits of social proof. People will no longer think that this is not enough. That's more or less the threshold. But then something magical happens when you're at the level of hundreds of thousands of reviews. That's not only giving you social proof then, but you're also getting into the territory of it's showing that, hey, this is crazy popular. So imagine if you have 3 sofas, one that has 20 reviews, the other one that has 50, and there's one that has 800. You're going to buy probably the one that has 800, because not only it is good, but it is also super popular. So people have validated time and time again over a long period of time. Lots of people bought it. They're happy with it. So it's safe to buy. Yeah. And so if you're selling on multiple channels and have reviews, you should definitely use them. So like you're seeing in this case, this is not enough. And if you have them somewhere else on Amazon or eBay, you should use them because they should be helping you with conversions. After all, you're on Shopify for a reason, so you don't have to pay ridiculous 20, 30, 40% margins on Amazon or eBay. So if your reviews are benefiting you there on Amazon or eBay, you should get them to benefit you here on Shopify, where your margins are the highest. And I'll show you, it's actually pretty easy to get done with Opinio. So we've got this sofa that has 6 reviews, but hey, we're actually selling it on Amazon, all right? So all I would have to do is copy this link, get back to my reviews, click here, paste the link, select, let's say I've got 41 reviews extra. Then if I press the import link, they will get imported here. And that's a completely different story here, right? So we got 47 reviews. Any traffic that's coming here is going to convert a lot better. You can import those reviews with photos. Looks totally different, right? Great for stores that are selling multi-channel and want to get their reviews sync and get all the benefits. Also good for drop shippers. There are lots of apps that import reviews from AliExpress. We do that too. So there's no need to start from zero if you're using those apps. So once you have those reviews, now you can be 100% sure that you're benefiting from all of that you're benefiting. All the traffic that's coming your way during the Black Friday time will convert a lot better. Like I said, 30% conversion, minus 20% returns, because people are better informed. You can get those reviews on Google Shopping. You will show them on Google Organic Search. So, and the money that you're spending on ads and on SEO, link building and whatnot is going to give you, you're going to get a lot better return on investment. So just to summarize the whole talk, widgets. So here you need to use the right widgets in the right places with the right reviews. Think about what your customers are thinking while they're traversing the store. Second thing is build your review request flow and add those coupon incentives, reminders, and personalize your emails, but keep them short. You don't want to tell your whole shop story and why you need the reviews. Just get right to it. And then finally, if you have the chance, because not everybody's selling on Amazon or eBay or is a drop shipper, import the reviews from other channels so that they can benefit your shop on Shopify, where you have the best margins. So look, Derek, I guess you can come back right now. I hope this was helpful. And
now I'm not
to
going to
show
show.
you,
No, I'm just kidding.
we've also added on top of that a short ebook. So that has the first part about widgets, but the first part of my presentation plus 5 extra topics. So if you want to download it, I think the links are going to be in the chat as well. And for the first 20 people that sign up and have a chat with our awesome lad, Paul, who's our customer success manager, and quote eCommerce Tech, we'll give you 20% off lifetime.
Awesome.
Look, so thanks very much.
Yeah, love it. Appreciate it. I have got the link, the ecomtech.link/open new goes straight to the this thing down at the bottom. And then we've got the other link. And all of these links, of course, are in our show notes, which you should have bookmarked and used already, because we have all of these sessions with great detailed notes. Thank you to my team member, Autumn, who has been in the background quietly taking all of those show notes.
Thanks, eComTech.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining us today. Sorry about the confusion earlier. Great presentation, and we'll go ahead and let you go and close out here.
Sure.
Thanks again.
Well, best of luck in Q4. Make the sales.
Yeah, best of luck to everyone. And I'll let you get to sleep because it's pretty late for you, right?
Oh yeah, it's almost 11 p.m.
All right. Well, thanks for staying up late with us. Awesome, everybody. That is it for this 2-day event. I think you've got, I don't know, 20, 30, 50 best practices to make sure that you're really buttoned up for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Of course, you want to maximize the value and the amount of reviews that you're getting. you want to show social proof for conversion rate optimization on your website, be it through reviews, through a widget like Trusted Site, through making your copy bigger so that you're readable on mobile, as Kurt Elster talked about, through fine-tuning your order management process, like Rush talked about, in order to mitigate a lot of those inquiries that are going to be hitting you, like a week, 2 weeks after Black Friday, Cyber Monday, when your warehouse gets way behind on orders and people are dying to get the products in before they have to put them underneath the Christmas tree or whatever they're doing with them. And you want to make sure you've got the customer service agents there to support them and get those issues resolved so that the customer retains, so that they buy from you again, so that this isn't the last time they come to you. And man, that's just like what, one third of the things that we covered. And giving back, of course, incorporating cause marketing into it, making sure emails and SMSs are up to date. And the list goes on. Thank you all so much for joining us. Thanks again to all of our amazing sponsors, partners, and talent for coming to join us for this event. This is certainly not the end, but it is the next few months. We will have some downtime as we look to prepare out a Q1 event for you guys and really look to do it big there. And I also hope to see you at eCommerce Day, which we have acquired, and we'll be launching another eCommerce Day live in Los Angeles area in the middle to end of 2022. Thanks again. I'm Derek Haney. You got any questions? There's probably 400 emails in your inbox from me already. Just hit reply. Happy to chat. And I will see you guys at the next event, networking party, whatever it is. Peace out.